In any case, I believe we can say that we know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butz sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door.
Yeah, it will be long enough there for you to watch it. It should be there for a few weeks because that's the length of time affiliates get. So I think we get a month. I'm not sure the exact.
I don't know. 7 days for plebeians like myself.
Yeah. Summary is Larry Butch is an idiot. That's the summary of the entire franchise up to this point, and possibly in the future. But great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although
Mr. Prosecutor.
You're gonna take my bit. Oh.
Oh no, no! I'm just calling Lang out for being sexist.
He said Mr. Prosecutor.
Yeah, but is he talking to Francisco?
I think
or is
he's
he
talking to. I think
Miles?
he's talking to Miles.
To Mitsurugi.
Yeah, Mitsurugi Edgeworth. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay?
Oh? Hey! What? Edgy? What does that wolfman mean when he says I'm gonna talk yet?
He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. You can't only rely on the words of the suspect, after all. You may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. The blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite.
Yeah. Edgy, that guy. He looked like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me.
I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what we've got. I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I can't afford to lose. Why Larry? It was the one who found the body of the victim, Damask II. Beside him was a samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, a suspect Larry Butz, in here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
Hold it!
If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that.
Not so fast!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence. You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors.
But come on, I can't think of something as complicated as that, right, Edgy?
Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence.
Hold it!
So you were the first to discover the body this time. This time? What's that supposed to mean? You better watch what you say. I only said this time because earlier Kay was the first to discover the body in Babal. And your secretary, Agent Sheena, was ready to accuse her of murder for that.
Not so fast!
Ha! So you're gonna use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I was simply pointing out the unusual pattern of discoverers of bodies. From the Babalese case, she was holding the weapon, right? Well, in this one, it's a bit different, since we know exactly where the weapon is.
Hold it!
Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. But
Such a bad way to describe a weapon.
is it?
I mean, like bad and good and bad. You know what I mean? A little A, a little B.
Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. According to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim.
Vampire.
The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. Like Larry there. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Like Larry there. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. Like Larry soon will be there. He did that, huh? This last statement is too important just to let it slip by.
Hold it!
So the sword is covered in the victim's blood. Yeah, the lab results confirm the blood in the sword matches the victim's. But the sword is as dull as a vanilla envelope. It's just a stage prop after all.
A vanilla envelope?
It just says vanilla envelope.
I've never heard of vanilla envelopes. I've heard of manila.
I know, it says vanilla envelope. I don't know if that's a typo. I don't know.
Look it up. It's probably a thing.
You think it's a thing? You're gonna find a spoiler. It's the only time anybody's ever said dull as a vanilla envelope.
Vanilla.
What?
There's nothing. It's just redirecting me to vanilla manila. Before you do you know what they're actually called? Before you embarrass yourself in front of your boss, please remember that the correct word is manila. They have nothing to do with anything vanilla in taste or color.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if that was intentional or if in like one statement they're gonna be like, "Don't you mean vanilla?" And that we already have it.
We'll get there. I mean,
I don't know. I searched up vanilla envelopes in quotes and I found stuff.
Yeah, I've seen this. The Paper Mill Store website sells Finch Fine Vanilla envelopes.
Amazon has an entire category or tag for vanilla envelope.
What makes an envelope vanilla?
It's white. Maybe it's vanilla flavored like glue that you have to lick the stuff on the to close it.
Oh, sorry. This is. I don't even remember what voice I gave him when he was wearing the mask. But
It was really cool. It was one of your best voices.
Wow.
It's gone for good.
It's gone for good, just like Old Bag's original voice.
I don't know. I think your current Old Bag voice is pretty close to the original.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Was it like down here?
Kinda. It was how I imagine a Sentai hero sounds like. I haven't watched any Sentai. So
Oh no, a Sentai hero would sound like the Steel Samurai. It's all about safety first.
Oh, that just sounds
You can't use
animated.
it like a real sword. Ah!
Ooh! Ha!
Ooh! Ah! That's what a real Sentai hero sounds like.
Was that how you chose for this line?
No. The Steel Samurai is all about safety first. You can't use it like a real sword.
The Steel Samurai has spoken.
The big princess also appears to have something she'd like to petition to you personally.
What the big princess would like to say to wait for the day after eternity. Anyway, the point is that even though the sword was too dull to slice with, certainly heavy enough to bludgeon someone to death with. Therefore...
Hold it! Like, I already know what we're supposed to do.
About the samurai sword, have you received a report from forensics yet?
They're really like laying it on thick. Do they normally lay it on this thick and not just like on too thick to realize that they're laying it on that thick? Or
I mean, as we're straight up before the thing said, I know exactly what I have to say, but the issue is I don't know what the real weapon is.
Yeah. So he's just like stalling for time.
They confirmed that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. Alright, but have they confirmed that the outline of his wound is consistent with the weapon? Tell me something. Do you see the dead body right there in front of you? So, if they were conducting the autopsy right now, shouldn't that body not be here? Well? I suppose so. Guess he must still be investigating this room. Meaning that it's possible he doesn't know about that piece of evidence's true nature.
That piece of evidence, true nature.
Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Let's continue.
Yeah, Dark Data, I think I sometimes just get too into the goofs and then just like astral project my brain cells to another timeline because like sometimes it's not thick enough, buckaroo. It's not thick enough.
What's not thick enough?
How thick they lay it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know, buddy. And then sometimes I'm like,
I feel like you're on a weird tangent.
She thick with 3 C's. You're on a weird tangent. The whole court is on a weird tangent.
Well, Larry has already testified that he forgot the samurai sword here.
Yeah, I was shaking hands with the ambassador here and I left him behind by accident.
So what? You lied earlier, so who's to say that this excuse just isn't another lie?
You lied earlier.
He did. He kind of like hurt his integrity there.
Yeah. But I forget stuff all the time, right, Angie? Tell him.
Why don't you tell him yourself?
You see, what did I tell you earlier? No one will buy such a pathetically weak excuse.
Yes, well, I know that it's not possible to prove such an excuse as truth. And yet you offer it up as fact. You're a worse person than I originally thought. You're free to think what you'd like. However, I know that Larry is not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue the argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough.
Hold it!
Just because he's the owner of the weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it? No. Climbing all the way up to the chimney is plenty suspicious in my book as well. Regarding that, I've already drawn the truth out, and the truth is one thing I don't bend. It's one thing I don't bend? What? What do you bend, Edgeworth? Do you also snap?
He bends and he snaps.
That's for all my legally blonde heads out there.
I mean, they could be here. Like, it is a court show and a court game and a court movie.
If you're a fan of Legally Blonde...
I got it. If you're a fan of Legally Blonde, comment down below what your favorite musical number is from the musical, obviously. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all the content, and watch us both on Twitch and Discord all the time. We're here all the time.
Doesn't matter if it's you or whoever, you prosecutors are all the same. And as for me, prosecutors are the one thing I don't trust in.
An agent who doesn't trust prosecutors? What are you playing at?
Sorry, sis. But there are only two things I trust. My subordinates and evidence at the crime scene. Agent Lang hates prosecutors. But as long as you trust evidence that's been left at the crime scene, then there is something I can show him that he can believe in. It's simply not possible that the samurai sword is the real murder weapon, so I should focus on proving that point to Agent Lang first. Okay.
Nope. Yes. Let's see what we got. Go to the next page. Let me see the sword. I mean, okay.
What?
Go back.
What? Are you expecting something else?
Yeah. Because this one doesn't have what I need. Go back. We have the spear.
The samurai, the bent spear?
Yeah. Yeah. Is it the stage props are hollow, so it couldn't it be it?
Do you think it was killed by the samurai dog?
Oh, it's not it. It's probably the right piece in the wrong
The
spot.
statement just now stands in contradiction to this piece of evidence.
You know what I'm trying to get at, right?
That thing has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Now put it away. Your logic is so bad in need of repair that you might as well throw it out too. This is the real deal. Your court-earned mannerisms are worthless at a crime scene.
But this isn't it.
Luke, you did insult the courts. What?
Go to the next one. Oh, there we go. That's where you gotta do it. Sorry. I didn't realize that, because like when you pressed it is when they started talking about it being bludgeoning. You press the second one.
Yeah,
I
and
guess
then
I
this one
added
came out.
another
This
one.
was a new one.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
They both changed the second one and they added a new one. So it's
Okay.
confusing.
So yeah, it's there. It's the spear is there.
Which is kind of dumb. You showed the right thing, like, and it's
Yeah.
more or less at the same spot. Like, that shouldn't have been like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Why are you showing me this? And you're like, no, your next sentence.
You
Oh,
stinky poo-poo head.
okay.
You're wrong.
Well, it makes sense here, but I'm still penalizing you for that previous one, even though I misunderstood.
Yeah, that's the thing about this game series, right? You have to like suspend a lot of belief that you can't just like have a normal conversation with somebody, like, and just bring things up organically. You have to like specifically.
I don't think
Like-
you have normal conversations in court, though.
Well, we're not in court.
We're always in court. It's just a different kind of court.
I mean, this is kangaroo court. I'll tell you that. To all my kangaroo court heads out there.
My favorite 90s movie with the CGI kangaroo.
Yeah. Do you know what kangaroo court is actually? It's like a thing. It's essentially
I've
like
looked it up before. I
it's
don't
like
remember.
it's like the natural evolution of a citizen's arrest. Like it's essentially a mob does a trial. Remember, like how we did Aviary Attorney?
Yeah, I had a
and,
kangaroo court there.
Yeah, that was the kangaroo court. Which is funny because it was birds. There was not a single kangaroo in sight.
Not even
Nope.
not even an emu.
That would have been that's a missed opportunity for them not to have a kangaroo be the one that does the court. That would have been so good.
Yeah. I mean, there was a kangaroo in the game.
Was there? I forget. Oh yeah, the lady with the baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, the lady with the baby.
that she had a shop.
Her husband should have manned
I
or
think she
her
was a
wife.
single mom. I think it was part of her thing.
Parthenogenesis.
Oh yeah, you know, kangaroos and their crazy parthenogenesis, just manifesting babies out of their pouch out of nowhere.
That's how it works. That's how it works. You heard it here, folks.
You did not hear it here. I'm not responsible for that biology misinformation. Do you know what this is, Asian Lang? It's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history.
Folding laundry. Riding them like broomsticks.
I was already mentally on the next statement, and I was like, how would you rat? I want to know.
Whoa! It's the next most effective weapon after whip!
I think the whip is in a slightly different category. So what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at the section here. Where it's bent? Precisely. That's you. Get bent.
Get bent!
Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the insides of the Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow. Let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. Does it necessitate multiple strikes to bludgeon? Like, if you hit somebody hard enough, you could bludgeon them to death with one strike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you hit them hard enough and in the right spot.
Yeah.
Be a freak accident. Like very, like, cause you would think that you killed them before you actually killed them. It's like this is rated for mature audiences, right?
Yeah.
We're about to get into some dark territory. It's like when you're like suffocating somebody. Like if you stop.
When I'm doing what now?
When you're suffocating somebody, if you stop when you think you killed them, you didn't actually kill them. Like you need to cut off circulation.
I
that's
feel
what I'm
like
saying.
you
It's
have
getting
too
dark.
much experience for something that you shouldn't be talking here.
I asked for that reason.
I don't know, you could just word it a little better. It sounds like you've done this before. Hey there, cool name. Welcome.
Hi, cool name. Listen, that could be arranged.
You summoned cool name. Good job.
Oh, you know, you just gotta be dirty enough on main.
And yet, there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Not right here, cool name. I think it was Aya, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I read it how I read it.
You did read it. You did indeed read it. Oh yeah, this sword and this spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. It goes, cool name.
Yeah, it goes. It definitely goes. I'm looking forward to this week being done.
Yeah, but I wish they made him out of better stuff because the spear got bent. Got bent. I wasn't able to do this my special early summer rain jab move. Yeah, I can see that.
What?
This game, ironically enough, is making me really want to go back and play Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I mean, I always want to, but I know that's a time commitment. That's not a short game.
It's not.
I wish it would. I know it'll never happen, but I wish it would get, like, not a direct sequel, but, like, a sequel, you know, in the same way that, like, Fire Emblem or Persona gets sequels. like just a
Yeah,
new...
like another one with new characters.
Yeah,
but
like
the same gameplay.
the same characters. No, their story's done, but like it was so good.
Yeah, cool name. You are correct, but Shad JV has forbidden me to continue speaking about this on stream. Because apparently I know too much.
It's not that you know too much. You just need to focus more on your delivery.
Listen, I'll deliver something, I'll tell you. Man, I got such an input from the director of the play for not doing it in the show.
Steel Samurai's special move was changed tonight because of him? I feel like at the start of this case, Edward complained that they didn't do a special move or something.
I think he did.
When he came out of the show.
Yeah.
This is just the worst day for Edward. He met his hero and it's his worst nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, it also could be like in the style of Persona where you can like keep track of Itsuki and stuff, like you can hear about them being idols like through TV and stuff, but like it's in another part of Japan, so like that they still exist, just not in the same unit, like not don't cross their paths.
That'd be cool too. I want that. The gameplay was great, the music was great, just the world building's great.
Listen,
my only complaint was I felt it wrapped up a little too quickly.
It's literally the only Wii U game I've ever owned.
I mean, I own it on Switch, but I do not regret getting it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a risk, but I appreciated living with you at the time and you not using your Wii U. So I was like, hey, get to play this cool game.
I mean, you're part of the reason I got to play it, so your recommendation. So I mean, I was gonna say
ouch!
I was gonna say something on what you just said, but I already forgot what Edward said. Oh no, I was gonna say the meeting your hero thing, that like it would be like you meeting the voice actor of Alto from Stellar Glow, but it turns out to be me.
Yeah. But isn't the voice actor for Stellar Glow Robbie Damon?
Yeah, it turns out I'm Robbie Damon.
No!
Just imagine that reality.
You're a catchy.
It's just a pseudonym.
You're the Bunger from Bug Snacks? I can't. Bunger from Bug Snacks?
A cool name that you own those two. I own a decent number of Wii U games. We have a lot
I
of
didn't
games.
own a Wii U. That's the point. Like, I owned a Wii U game not owning a Wii U.
Yeah, we lived together. We were roommates.
Oh my god, we were roommates.
And he borrowed my Wii U for that. Just like you borrowed my PlayStation for Persona 5.
Oh yeah, because I didn't have a PlayStation either. But I do have a PlayStation now. I don't have a Wii U.
Yeah, but the only Wii U game left that I really wish we get a remake is Xenoblade X, because I never finished it. It was really good.
I'm sure we'll get that eventually.
Eventually, but it doesn't look like it's coming this gen.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering! Now, back on the topic of the spear.
Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se. So all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Where they may.
Using guesswork and taking risk in place of real logic is hardly the von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever.
Mr. Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Thus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. I mean, I guess he does hold that record even if after all that he went to jail.
Yeah, but there's also like a dig on Francisca. He's saying that she'll never be as good as her dad.
Does she want to be? He didn't get any of that through fair play. She doesn't seem like the type.
She does.
She doesn't seem like the type, though, that wants to do any of that the way he did.
Yeah, but she still idolizes, like, who she thought he was.
Yeah.
She's still talking about the Von Karma way.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably a really weird, uncomfortable place for her.
Yeah.
It's like finding out that your idol was me. Like, sorry.
Bunger from Bugsex is you?
And, yeah, cool name. Xenoblade fans did eat well on Switch. The thing is, X isn't part of the same continuity, kind of. It's slight spoiler, but also irrelevant. But X more or less is entirely different thing. And
yeah,
it didn't sell great either, but also it was a Wii U game, so no Wii U game sold great. So it's a matter of, do they want to take the gamble with it again? And right now, I think Monolith has their hands full. They just finished 3, so. And they just released Baten Kaitos remaster. I assume that was.
Oh, that's from Soft. I mean, Monolith Soft.
That was made by Monolith and Tri-Crescendo. It was published by Namco. So, Tri-Crescendo, I think they have a different name now, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't think Tri-Crescendo publishes under Tri-Crescendo anymore.
But I think I looked up the other day, and that they do exist. They just a different name.
Ellipses!
I wasn't waiting for that.
You never know.
But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place.
What a foolishly foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all the defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory.
I think she doesn't believe in like doing things the shady way like her dad, but she also values winning and thinks that that's her job.
Winning.
Which is probably not a good place for anybody that's representing a side in a courtroom. That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth.
Not so fast.
You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damask II without bending it. So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? Good, right? Really though, like that's like, he's just like, okay, yes, the sword would bend if he hit it hard, but what if he hit it just the right way that it wouldn't bend and would kill him? Like, what kind of claim is that?
What if?
Yeah, and what if it actually just fell from the sky and this is a different sword that was dropped by a bird? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need. Of course, what I need is evidence even Agent Lang can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. Why Larry, Part 2? It's possible to use a samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We search the embassy, top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So is it only natural that suspicion would fall to the owner of said weapon? Heard this game is some of the worst cases of the series? I don't agree. Like, I think the cases have been fun. How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of the embassy. There's no stone we've left unturned. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is the sword.
Hold it!
He left no stone unturned. Is that a fact?
Knuckle back!
We've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. I will say, the cross-examinations when we're not even in a courtroom do seem kind of needlessly, pedantic.
Yeah. Well,
because there's no reason. What?
Yeah.
There's no reason to have a conversation this way. Even if you're doing they're doing detective work here, but you don't cross-examine when you, even when you interview, you're trying to get a testimony or something out of court.
Hold it!
He inquires as to how are you able to make such a claim, Agent Lang. Langzy says, capable of miracles beyond comprehension, a mysterious creature is man. Rather than man, Agent Lang's quotes that are getting increasingly incomprehensible. The human body is a mysterious thing, even with a toy-like sword. It's easy to kill a man if you hit just the right spot. Which is why I think it's possible to kill with this thing without leaving a dent.
Hold it!
But we can only be sure one way or the other by seeing if the wound matches the sword. If I know that, but as long as it's a possibility, I can proclaim it as much as I'd like. Alright, here, Coleman. And under these circumstances, you must know that your conclusion is wrong. Given the circumstance I'm in, the only people I can trust are my subordinates. Because they're a much more trustworthy bunch than you prosecutors ever will be.
Hold it!
You call yourself a professional?
Knuckle back!
You still don't see, do you, Mr. Prosecutor? You have to earn my trust. And the only way to do that is show me proof of another possible murder weapon. Another possible murder weapon? In this room there's only one other thing left. This is going to be a gamble, but I can't withdraw from the game now. You're not going to get me to trust you by the power of your glare alone, you know. Plus, I have other reasons to why I think the samurai sword is the murder weapon.
Hold it!
The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword. That's right, even with luminol. Which means there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. No problem with Agent Lang's assertion that the samurai sword is the weapon.
Yeah.
Huh?
Always raise an objection.
If you believe that there is no other door possibility left to open, then allow me to force one open for you.
Knuckle back!
Whoa.
Humph! And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon.
Knuckle back!
Ha! Ha 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 ha! The real murder weapon? I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy. And they've concluded that nothing else could have been used as a weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course. Because it's not possible that your men investigate everything in their investigation. It's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games. I don't appreciate when people like you slander my men. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon. Alrighty then. I'll play along for now.
Oh boy. I like that.
Something to say?
No, I like that. Inheritance like that.
This real weapon that killed Damask II. What exactly is it? Real murder weapon which not a single person has yet to touch is this. Why do you have to talk like this? Every time you have to mention it, you're like, nobody's touched it. By the way, nobody's looked at this. Nobody's touched it.
Touched it.
What do we have
That's what
that
we got.
nobody's touched?
The prosecutor badge, everybody's touched. Keep going.
Everybody's touched it.
Everybody's touched it. Embassy guide, people have touched it. People definitely touch that. People definitely touch that.
The notes or the
The murder
body?
weapon is the body. It's the corpse.
That would be a funny twist in the game. I don't know how I'd make it work, but...
Yeah. Only Amb and Secret can touch.
I mean,
Okay.
2 people that have touched it, but I don't... That might be it.
Keep going. People have touched it. People have definitely touched it. People have touched it. People have touched it. Yep. Touched. 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 Signs it was moved during the murder. So that one was touched.
Maybe? Oh yeah, that's the one in the other room. That's the one that we found was facing the wrong way.
Oh,
No, it
so
is in this
maybe-
room. It is in this room. It's the one in this room.
But they haven't touched it because they haven't returned it to the right way?
Maybe?
Oh, I get it, I
Samurai
get it, I
Spear's
get it, I
touched.
get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. It is that. It is that.
Touched.
Touch it. It is the Alabast statue. Because
Okay.
only Amb and Secret are allowed to touch it.
No, that's the other statue.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it's the same on both.
Oh,
both-
and Ambassador and Secretary, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember who these characters are, but I'm just like ignoring that. Like, I
Yeah,
thought they were
so, like,
names.
So nobody could have inspected that. But how that's the murder weapon, I wouldn't know, but I'm gonna say that.
I mean, we've had murder weapons be statues before.
Yeah, I mean, literally in Larry Butts' case, it was just a smaller
Yeah,
statue.
Larry Butt killed somebody with a statue.
Allegedly.
The national treasure of Alabast. I mean, the Primadox statue. Yes, and as you know, the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct?
Not so fast.
Ha 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 ha. You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. The 2 countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance
Teeters.
over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. Yeah, cool then. 2 people did die from that statue.
What, Larry Butts is?
Yeah, 'cause that also killed Mia Fey in the second case. But I'll be I'll be damned if something goes unexamined.
Hold it!
Agent Lane, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. Coolly, as far as I'm aware, they didn't need to save memory. It was just a plot point. There's only one conclusion I can draw from that. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words.
Infidel?
He is most definitely trying to trick you. You can read this one.
Shifu, please, let's be rational about this.
Whoa, interesting one. Grr.
What?
Like G says, just go already.
Yeah, it does. It does have my name in the title now. I'm a big boy. I stream my own games. It's the future.
Oh, does that do that with the guest star? Like, does that automatically do that for stream? Also, you have a line.
Yes, sir.
Where is... I'm trying to see if I can see the stream title. I don't... It must say it somewhere. I can't see it from my end. But I take your word for it. There you go.
Shifu,
Yeah?
I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain the permission for us to examine the Primiduck statue.
Let's see.
Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally.
Have a good night, Quillan.
Bye-bye.
Save your breath. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. I guess you've got to be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang. What do you want? Just hurry up and examine the statue already.
But Sifu, what's about causing an international incident?
Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later. Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? If we're going to talk such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for me, my men, if something were to happen to me. Alright then, less talk and more investigating. If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like to run luminal... Oh boy.
Chemiluminescence.
Agent Lang, I'd like to run a luminal chemiluminescence test on the statue.
Yeah, so it's not too
I
bad.
know, it just threw me off. There are a lot of letters.
Big word. Oh no.
A luminal test. Ah, good thinking. The statue is under the murder weapon. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay! Let's get that Frederick's team in here. Hey, let's see, hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. Guess this means this is the real weapon that killed Damask II. Indeed. I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Damask II, so the charge remains. We've hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. Ha, you think so? Okay, then knock yourself out.
Boop, boop, boop,
Oh.
doop.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was quick.
What do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint? Ah! Where's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? So we got some fingerprints to analyze. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. It looks like it's too late for me to do anything but that now. Hey, forensics guy. I want results of these fingerprints ASAP, you hear me? How would they belong to Larry? Isn't he wearing gloves?
Yeah, he's wearing an entire bodysuit.
Agent Legg, I have the analysis results, sir.
Good, and?
Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Babalese embassy. The print belonged to him, Mr. Manny Cochin, sir.
But that's... What's going on around here?
No, that's impossible. Each Prima statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one, leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Babal's Prima statue.
Or he touched it.
How? He is from the other... Why would he be in this embassy? He's a secretary on the other one.
It's in the same building.
He's not supposed to touch it's only supposed to be touched by the ambassador and secretariat.
Well, yeah, but like, if nobody's looking at the statue and he walks in, maybe he's like Patrick in that episode where he's touching everything that he's not supposed to.
Did you see where the handprint was?
At the bottom, yeah.
He
Maybe
lifted
it's not
it. He
very
didn't
happy.
just touch it.
Maybe it's not very happy. I don't know. Impossible! It can't be!
Aiyah!
Larry never once set foot on Babalese soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further.
Hey there, Outcry. Welcome.
Oh, kitty cat. That's a cool cat, Outcry.
The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an alabaster knife from Babal.
I need a hero.
And Damask II was killed on Alabashan soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yadagrasa who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I'd yet to see the big picture they were to form. Finally, we finished the section. What you got?
Oh, just doodling for my attention to be able to focus. Ironically, though.
I've left the Damask II investigation to Francisca and returned to Nevada. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue.
Miss Edgeworth!
It's okay, what's the situation?
Oh, it's great! Investigating is so much fun!
In other words, they've made absolutely no progress.
We were goofing off. Honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out.
Very well then, would you care to give me an update on your investigation?
So, hi, Shady Gamer.
Hey there,
Apparently
Shady.
we're power bottoms.
Welcome.
That's probably the nicest thing anybody said about me.
The investigation is a thing that's happening, yes.
Oh, we've had a really fun time, sir.
I knew it, zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
everyone's favorite Super Mario World stage.
He had permission to enter the Alabashan embassy, is that correct?
Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir.
Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you.
Pieces.
They belong to the lady under the pink princess's mask.
The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir?
The kind that was also playing the role of the pink badger used yesterday.
Ugh. Oh, Understood, sir.
That was a choice.
If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere.
Doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either.
What? Are you really gonna throw that autograph away?
Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake.
But he was a fake. Edgeworth, do you think there's a real Steel Samurai?
Maybe.
Do you think that's a real person?
Real human person, Steel Samurai.
Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of.
Wait, what? What do you mean by fake?
Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping.
Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged.
This has never happened. This is the first time
They've done that in
happened.
one or two other games. In like last case, they were very long.
So he just arbitrarily knows that none of the other stuff he's collected was relevant.
Yeah, I mean the game wants to simplify it a bit. At some point,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
but
to
I'm saying, like-
acknowledge that like
Yeah.
players do have to trial and error a bit if they get stuck.
That's a fair. It's funny to me that that in universe, Edward just knows what's not going to be relevant anymore.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean everything we have left is going to be relevant. Like, I don't know if the embassy guide will be, but like, I'm pretty sure the prosecutor's badge won't be. But